Shalom. So we're gonna look at how the Western concept of whore creates a lot of whore in the nation of Israel. Again, like I said, this culture is very subtle. They feed upon the imagination, right? It's very different from our original culture where everything goes by a function, right? So, for example, sun. What is the function of a sun? To give light to separate day from night, right? No, they say the Chinese created a sun, but it, I don't know what it is. I've never looked at it, but I assume that it gives light. But what I do know for sure, it does not separate day from night. So it is not a sun just because you call it a sun, but it is a sun. A sun is a sun by the function of it, right? So in our Hebrew culture, it's the function of the thing that makes it what it is, right? In the English culture, it's very different because you can call something something even if it does not carry the function. This is why it's so confusing. English is rather a religion, right? It's more of a religion. English is a religion in itself. Now, dealing with the Western concept of whore, what is it? A woman who trades sex for payment. So if you go with 5, 10, 15 men or just one man for payment, the concept is that's a whore, right? What is wrong with this? This concept, this concept cause a lot of women to have the same function but do not refer to themselves as whores, right? Now, one of the main places you see this is in the corporate world. The the working woman, the woman who can maintain a certain standard of living, because in their minds, those women they see on the back roads, the street corners, wearing those short things, waiting for the next person to leave the club to come and buy sex, they see them as whore. So while they're here in their work, just in all elegant, going home, going back to a house or a home, whatever it is, even if they're doing the same things, they don't consider themselves whore because they look down on those women because they think those are the whores. Listen, if you're doing this and not receiving payment, you are still a whore. So even if those women on the street corners doing it and not making any money, it doesn't mean that that's not whoredom. It is still whoredom with or without the money, the collecting of money. So it is not the the payment for sex that makes it the whore. What makes the whoredom is that sex after sex after sex with different people. So you might call yourself a single woman, you're free, whatever you call yourself. But you go to work today, you have fun. That's what they call it. They have fun with this person. No, nothing serious. Just okay. 3 months time, you go to dinner with your girlfriends. You meet a nice chef or the waiter or whoever, and you go lay with this person. After that, one day you're at the supermarket. You meet a nice guy in the store. That's whoredom. Just because you're not collecting money does not take away the fact that the practice is the same thing. But like I said, because of that concept that the woman you see on the back roads and the street corners in those short dresses, you already put that image to what the definition of a whore is. So even when you're doing the same thing, you cannot see that. You cannot witness your own character because you think that you're not collecting the money up front. That makes you not a whore. No, you both are doing the same things. And you know what? Those women on the corners of the street, they're even smarter than you because a lot of them have things that you don't even have. They drive the cars you dream of driving. They live in the houses you dream of owning. And you there whoring yourselves for free, looking down on those women that is doing it so that one day they can do it no more. But you know what you will be doing all the days of your life if you don't change that? You will keep doing it. At what point do you put an end? What is your end goal? Doing what you're doing. How many years have you been doing that? A lot of you being destroyed from your relationship with your child or children's father, and it breaks something up here, but you don't see it as being broken. So now this is your way to not go back in such a situation. This is your way to run away from it rather than to upgrade your standards so you don't go back to that state where you felt like you were someone's prisoner. That's all you're doing. You're running away from something. You're running away from a reality, creating your own version of reality, which is even worse. Converting yourself into what we call corporate whores. You don't sex for payment, but you have more sex than the people who are doing it for payment. Because you know what? If they go out there and the guy is not paying, they're not going to have sex. So they can go for a while without having sex if there's no business. But you doing it for free, there's no standard to say when you say no or when you say yes. As soon as you're horny, as soon as you feel that lonely, that sense of lack, there's nothing there to protect you to say no or what. If you don't find this brother appealing, you go to over here to Facebook. If you don't find it, you go over here to Snapchat. You go over here to, you have all these social media accounts playing the whore. Just because you might not be on some like OnlyFans or some website where they do that for money, you think that you are doing something different. No, you're not. That's still whoredom. And even in dating, you can be, say you're dating this guy, this guy, this guy to see which one is. No, that's still the same thing. Because you know what it does when you have a lot of options? It gives you the more privilege to play around some more. So even when you know that you really like this person, you can't really see that because there's too much attention coming from all over. It veils you from your the choice that you should make because toying around is fun. Playing the whore is fun. Sin is always pleasurable. What I would like you to do is to go into a state of meditation, witness your own character, step outside of yourself and witness your character doing all the things that you have been doing for the past couple of years of your life. The life you've been living outside of committed relationships. Whether you have a man at your home and be doing the same thing, or you are free at your home doing the same things. That is whoredom. Has nothing to do with what you collect. The woman Tamar, Judah's daughter-in-law, it's not because she got a token why she played the whore. why the situation is referred to as whoredom. Because even if the woman did not get the token from the man, the function itself would still be whoredom. So yes, you're independent. You have your money. You don't need a man to give you that. You just need a man for the sex. Yes, it is still whoredom. It's not like a situation where you are doing it to get out of a situation or a condition. You have no you have no goal, no goals to get out of that situation. The whores on the corner, you know why they have so much grace? Because they are not as fortunate as you to be sitting at that desk, making all that money to take care of a home. So they are doing what they're doing so that one day they don't have to do it anymore. They will have enough money to say, okay, now I can renounce this life. At what point do you renounce your corporate whoredom life? When you have enough free sex, there's no ending to your pleasure. There's no ending to your desire to be pleased. It doesn't matter what title you call yourself. You still have a human nature. So you have to see what you're doing. You have to witness your character. And then you can say, okay, I no longer need to do this, that. How am I going to change it? No, I need to change my perception of this, that. Get rid of the concept of whore. Do you notice even if you're betrothed, even if you're promised to a man, it's the same like you're dating a person and you go be with another man. That is still considered as adultery. The scripture says if a man find a woman that is betrothed doesn't mean that you have to be already having sex. You can just be promised to a man. So that's what you do in dating. You say, okay, you know what? I'm talking to this guy and we're just gonna go ahead with the sex and the duties of marriage afterwards. It's a process. But this is what their online dating do to you as well. It's destroying how you look at things. To change those behaviors, you need to change up here first. Stop looking at reality from their view of reality. Stop letting the Romans determine how you view the world. Stop letting letting their culture demoralize you more than how you are already demoralized. Come back to this. Return home. This is home. This is home. This is where true peace is. This is where true rest is. Not that physical place you go back to calling it home. How many times you're in your house or your home and still cannot be at peace or at rest? It might give your body some rest and your mind sometimes, but your spirit needs to be here. You don't have to be a corporate whore anymore. Change your standards, change your behaviors. Integrate this in your day-to-day experiences. Shalom.